Hi everyone, it's Emilia here. I'm back with a new video using crafty shapes. Today I will be decorating this vintage style clock. It has 2 layers and I'm going to create a 3D decoration using that shape. So you can use it as it is, as 2 layers, and make it quite flat. But like I said, I want to have a 3D decoration, so I'm going to add distance between the ring and the clock. For that, I'm using a piece of cardboard and I use the ruler as a guide to cut out the long strip of cardboard. Mine is about 2.5, which is 1 inch wide, but you can make it as wide as you want, depending on what you're planning to put inside and how deep do you need it to be. So to attach the cardboard to the ring, I'm just using a hot glue. I'm trying not to go exactly on the edge. I'm just 1-2 millimeters off the edge, as later at this point I wasn't sure what I'm going to do outside of the ring. Later I will add a tape and paint it, but at that point I thought maybe I will use a texture paste, so I wanted this cardboard be slightly inside the ring. So when this is attached, I'm going to paint my base and paint that part, not the whole yet, because like I said, I have at the moment no plan. I will figure it out when I will be creating, while I'm doing painting and decorating. So I decided to use the hunter green. This is acrylic paint from Stamperia, and please find all the links to the products in the description box below the video. Whatever I can find, I will link there. I wanted it to be green, but then I decided it's maybe too green, so I also added a little bit of brown paint. This was diluted with water, so the background will be green and brown. I dried that quickly and then I used the same combination of the paints for the inside of my ring. Today's project is mostly created with the Stamperia Hidden Grove collection. I absolutely love this collection. It's like a kid's storybook, amazing. So I'm going to use the little froggy at the front of my project, which you can see on the paper, but I also want to use the same paper for the background, so this will go behind the ring, and then later I will also use the same paper to cut out the part of the tree. So first I'm attaching the background to the ring, and then I will attach the whole thing to the clock. So this, I didn't paint the outside of the ring yet because I'm not sure at that point what it's going to be. Bear with me, while I'm creating, I'm just thinking about the next step. So attaching the ring to the clock, and then I will start thinking about the outside and about the decorating. So like I said, for the outside I'm using the tape. This is like DIY tape, and the idea is from Vicky Papayonau. She used it quite often, very often in her journals, and this tape look amazing. So I went to my husband's shed and I found this lovely tape, which I'm now adhering to my project. This tape is self-adhesive, but I didn't trust it because I want to paint it later, so I needed to be sure that it will stay attached to the project. That's why I'm also using strong glue to adhere it to the outside part of my clock. I cut it into a smaller piece, and then I keep all the offcuts as well for another projects. By the way, huge thanks to Vicky for that idea, and also visit her channel because she's got amazing videos. So now I added a piece of card. This is a heavy cardstock behind my frog. I adhered it to the card to make it nice and strong. I'm cutting it out now, and then actually I will create decorations around that element. This will be my main element, and I wanted it to be at the front of the project, so everything what I will be doing next, I will try to create a composition kind of around this little guy. From the same piece of paper, I'm cutting out the part where the tree is, as I want to have it in the background. I'm cutting it out because I don't want it to go flat on the background, so I will use, I don't remember now, 5 or 6 layers of the cardboard pieces to create the dimension between that element and the background. You can bring it closer, or you can have it flat if you want. I just wanted to have that element kind of closer to the front of the project. So once this is on, I'm going to find a few more elements to use in the project. Maybe not everything I'm taking out I will use, but I like to have some on the table so I can play with them and see what I can use, and if I've got any leftovers, they're going back to the pack and I can use them next time. So I mean, the tree has a little window, but I decided to give it a bigger version. And also this creates layers, and you know how I love layers, so I will build the composition with the things I've got on the table, because this is not all planned. Later I may find out that some elements actually are barely seen, but this is okay. This is the way I work, and I don't mind if I will cover some of the things, because it's just difficult to predict where everything will go when you just creating it. So I've got these little stars, they can go in the background. I've got some leaves, mushroom. The mushroom is a die cut element, so it's printed on chipboard, and the other elements are paper from the paper cutouts, all from Hidden Grove collection. So now I'm going to add moss here and there. First the inside the clock, and then I will paint the outside. Now finally I decided I will just go with the same combination of the paint green and brown, and the ring, the very front part, I will paint in brown, but this will be in the second. I thought about making the front green, but then I thought it will be better if it stands out, so I grabbed the brown paint to make it darker. The project is dark as a whole thing, but I don't mind this time. It's a opposite to my shabby chic projects, and I actually love the dark colors here. So then I took the chipboard piece, which is from the same collection, and I should grab a craft knife here, but I was gently pulling out this lovely element, and it was very satisfying. You just need to be gentle. But then anyway, I did ripped it into few pieces because I want to have it in few places, not as a one piece on the project. I will ink these elements, and for that I used my favorite combination of green inks, which is Distressed Peeled Paint and the Memento dark green. I don't remember the name of the color, but I will link it in the description box below the video. So I started with the lighter color, then I added the dark here and there, and for the flowers I decided to add the blue, as I've got the blue background, but probably different color, pink or red, would look nice here as well. But let's just stick to the colors I already have on the project. So blue flowers. You can also paint the chipboard. I wouldn't paint it heavily, but definitely acrylic paints. Just do not water it too much, because it may basically change the shape. But acrylic paint would work fine as well. And now I'm using the light brown. This is, what is it called? It's called Turtle Dove, I think. One of my favorite brown paints from Stamperia, and I'm just basically using the dry piece of kitchen sponge and add it here and there to create the highlights on the whole project and on the edges of the front ring, inside and out. Now I'm back with a little bit of moss, and then I will add finally my favorite element here, the little frog called Frank, by the way. I think the father called it like that. And because it's only attached by its feet to the project, I will add some chipboard pieces behind him to give him more support. And these are the last elements I'm adding, and that will be it for the project. I will add some more moss here and there just to cover some gaps on the front, and that's it. I hope you will love it, because I had so much fun creating that. This could go to a child's bedroom, or to someone who loves mystery, fairy tales, pieces like that. I absolutely love it, as I loved the whole collection, and I had some other projects with it. So if you're interested, find them on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what you would like the next video to be about, and what you are interested at on my channel. I will appreciate the feedback. Have a lovely creative day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.